Good afternoon, Miss Ligon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for me to interview you.
You're welcome, and thank you for interviewing me.
No problem. So, can you please start off by telling everyone what it is that you do?
Okay, I am the owner and operator of Precept Staffing and Advanced Drug Testing Services here in Lawrence, and I run a staffing agency and a drug testing company here in Lawrence. I'm the president and CEO.
Okay. How did you start off? What made you want to go into that career path?
Well, this I would say idea just came to me when I was searching to see what type of business I wanted to start, because we were compelled to come up with a business idea from my pastor at our church years ago. And he wanted everyone to come up with a business idea and display it at the church. And I, had no idea what I was going to do, because everything I was currently working on was just network marketing companies. But I wanted something of my own. And the idea just came to me sitting in the church that I could help people find jobs, especially minorities, help them find jobs, help them learn how to interview and how to dress for the position and how to keep the jobs.
What are some of your regular responsibilities?
What are my responsibilities in this role?
Yes, ma'am.
My responsibility is to market and promote the business. Also to, help create or get the word out about who we are, what we do. That's the main thing that I do. I oversee the operations of business to make sure, we're growing. And that's mainly it. Marketing and meeting people, getting new business, that type of thing.
Okay. So, what would you say? What is the best part about your job?
The best part about my job, I feel, is meeting people and helping people find jobs, especially those who otherwise had problems finding jobs. I really like to work with people who may not have had, great success in getting jobs. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Also, we love helping our clients, our companies who need us. We enjoy helping them, as well as helping the people in the community who need drug tests. They walk in off the street, they need drug tests. Our companies, they need drug tested. Even companies we don't staff for, they need drug testing services. So we drug test for companies that we don't staff for, but we also, drug test for the companies that we do staff for.
Okay. So, what would you say is like your biggest headache when it comes to your role?
Well, the biggest headache I think is, we have great opportunities for, you know, individuals to take, and to find out that there are people who want to work, but there are obstacles standing in a lot of the people's way. And that really is a headache for me, because, they want to be gainfully employed, but when I find out that there are very definite obstacles that prevent them from having the opportunity to take the jobs. That, along with the fact that, you know, we really sometimes just need to get the word out to people that we have these jobs, and they really need to take advantage of them. Those are one of the most frustrating parts.
So, with COVID happening, how has it affected your organization and job? Still going.
Yes, well, it definitely has affected the in-person marketing aspects of the business, the in-person interviews for jobs, etc. Some of our services have been totally suspended simply because of the person-to-person aspects of it, that it's just too risky to do. So some things, especially in the drug testing division, we've just had to suspend indefinitely because, it's just too dangerous at this point. So it has affected us, even in our numbers. Companies, some of them are still not full force yet, but we are adjusting and doing pretty good with how we're having to do it. When COVID came, everyone had to find a new way of doing things. You have to keep it going, especially if our companies are still going. We've had to just come up with ways to get around doing that.
Okay. So from when you first started to now, what improvements have you seen throughout the company?
Well, in this industry, excuse me, everything has changed. Back when I started, you know, we didn't have a lot of internet. We had some internet, of course, but we didn't have all the social media. That has changed, as well as the automation part of the business. Now everything is so automated, you can actually hire a person and really never see them face to face, which I think is very different. In some ways, it's good. Modern technology is going to be here with us, and it is affecting every part of our lives. So one of the main things I've noticed is the in-person, the in-person, I should say, contact that we've had with people for years. Suddenly, you can do things over Zoom, like we're doing, telephone. You can Skype. It's so many ways to do things now, and you don't have to really see the person face to face. And that's just really quite different than when I started back in 1999, as you can probably imagine how different it is now.
Very much, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Everything was hands on, but it's no more.
so what are some of the most influential college classes or experience that helped you in your career, that helped you get to your career where you are now?
Well, some of the business courses I took in college really did prepare for what I'm doing today. The business law courses, the professionalism classes they offered us, as well as the accounting classes. Those three really helped me when I started because, they were just very integral in what I was doing on a daily basis. So I was very thankful that I had that background in classes, because I had to do accounting work for my business because I didn't have any money to pay anybody. So, that helped me, do all these things that I had to do. The business law part, things that I knew was totally against the law. I just had a great background. The professionalism that it takes to run a business and everything, it really helped. So I was very grateful for the foundation that I had.
So now that you have the benefit of, is there anything that you see you could have done differently in college that would have made you be prepared for this role?
I have thought about that, and I really think sometimes I wish I had taken more. Sometimes I really wish I had taken more classes geared toward project management, because a lot of times in business, you have projects, and you need to be able to break them up in steps. And of course, you get it done. But I think if you have a little more training, you wouldn't have so many obstacles along the way. It would be a more seamless process, if you know what I mean. So I think if I had been able to take more project management classes, things geared toward taking big things and breaking them up, and you know get it solved that way.
So what life lessons or advice do you have for any current students that may want to pursue this field as a career?
Advice. Well, this is a great career field. I would say it's more, for me, it's more of a business. You know, it's a career field that you choose, but it's definitely in my case, it's running a business. No, we're running a business here. So yes, it's in staffing. Yes, it's in human relations. Um, um, it's all of that. But to say how to prepare, you really need to have some business background. I know for sure you need some business background. You need, I would say you should even work in the field, in this field, even if you have to volunteer, work in the field, try to get some experience. I came in green. I knew nothing. And I would not suggest that to anybody, but I did. I didn't know a thing about it, but I had a burning desire. And luckily, thankfully, someone did help me that was so unexpected help, but so well appreciated. So someone did kind of take me by the hand and kind of led me through things that I didn't know, pitfalls to look for. And that's why I say, make sure you have someone or can find someone who can help you. If you're venturing out in some business venture, you need to really have someone or work in the field or hire someone to consult with. I did a little bit of that too, but the main thing is just know what it is you want to do the research, try to get all the information about the business, visit the business of the type that you want to do. Um, there's a lot of things you can do to prepare yourself. And of course, take your college courses seriously. You never know when you're going to have to use them. You will never know, man. Wow, this particular class came in handy. You never know.
Yes, I definitely agree. I think for every student in college, it's very important to focus on the courses that you're taking, focus on the degree because, like you said, you never know.
You never know. You'll be surprised when those professors are telling you that. You say, I would never use this in real life. But you'll be surprised and you'll be so glad you know how to find the answer, or you may know the answer.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much for taking the time for me to interview you.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope I was able to shed some light on the business world that I'm in, and just to encourage students that listen. You're in a great school. PC is a great school. You have, I'm sure, access to a lot of information. But to just go for it, you won't, you just be surprised at where you will end up at if you just get out there, step out in faith and just do it. Put that education to work. Do not just sit on it, because trust me, if you put it to work, it'll pay you back.
I agree. I agree. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.